So it's funny, I went in there, I didn't even film an intro because I figured I wouldn't find anything, but I figured, might as well look just to see. And they had some complete in-box Wii games. Everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Bargain Game Hunter, where we go out and search for the best deals we can in video games. I'm your host, Chris. I haven't done an intro like that in a long time, but this week is going to be kind of a slower week. I got some packages coming from Gamestop, meaning yes, it is time for a condition report. So I got the first package in today. I know what game it is. I don't know if it's complete, what condition it's in. It's actually fairly heavy, so I'm hoping it's complete. I got mostly retro games this week, actually. And by retro, I'm more so talking about like older gen, not Xbox One, PS4, that gen. I think I got a couple PS3 games, a Wii U game, a big Wii U game actually coming, and some other stuff. I did get one Xbox One game, but all the rest are older, so. All right, is this complete? This does not feel like a GameStop case, so I think we got a complete copy, folks. Let's see what we got. No, we did not. So we got an original case, but it's not the original cover art, and it's all weird. Ratchet and Clank Future Tools of Destruction on the PS3. I mean, at least it's an original PS3 case, so I'll give it that. The disc is very smudgy, but it's good. Fooled me. And I'll take another sleeve because, it's always good to have extra sleeves. So, I mean, we got a authentic case, but not authentic cover art. Okay, and it's got this weird PS3 on the side too. I don't know, man. But yeah, Ratchet & Clank Future, not complete, but hey, this is a solid PS3 game. It was $10. There's a lot of stuff online in terms of like retro games like PS3, Xbox 360, Wii U, that kind of thing, that are kind of underpriced, as I proved in my last video when I scored some pretty solid Wii U games for cheap that are not cheap. So this is actually a little bit underpriced. We'll get into that when I get to the recap. But yeah, Ratchet & Clank Future, the first game I got of my packages. I think the rest are all supposed to come on Wednesday or something around that, so we'll see when they come in. But hopefully it's better than this. Alright, here we are, another day, and it's time for another condition report. So I have a couple things. First we have a box, and then we have a package. Both are from GameStop. One of them is a new game, and the other is two pre-owned games. So it'll be interesting to see how these turn out in terms of condition. The new game I fully expect will be new sealed because of what it is. It's very well packaged, and it's not every day they give me a box for one game. But here we go. Let's open this bad boy up. It is sealed. Looks interesting. There's a lot of stuff in this too. Jeez, that's cool. So we have AKIBA'S Trip, the 10th anniversary edition on the Switch. I've seen this game a few times. It's another Exceed game, so it's a somewhat uncommon game. Apparently it's a remake of an older game with HD graphics. It's action adventure, it's adult. And this version has like an art book, soundtrack, pretty cool. So it was on sale for $30. I figured, you know what, it's worth probably grabbing for that, and it looks like an interesting game to add to the Switch collection. So I went for it. Nice. Now we got this one, and this is the one I'm the most interested in, because one of the games in here, they don't have very often on GameStop's website, so when I did, I had to jump on it. There's two games in here. One is an Xbox One game, one is a Wii U game. So let's get this one is the Xbox One game, I believe. It feels complete. I mean, it's pretty bad shape cases anyway, but it looks pretty complete. We have Valkyria Revolution on the Xbox One. It's another Valkyria Chronicles game, so it's kind of an anime tactics style game. It looks pretty good. I played a little bit of the first one on PS3, so I'm curious to see how this one turns out, but it was cheap. It was like $7, so I'm like, you know what? I needed a filler. Might as well grab another nice addition to my collection, and here's the one I'm most excited about. Is it complete? It appears to be. Score for us. Oh yeah. XENOBLADE Chronicles X on the Wii U. This is a Wii U exclusive, and we don't know if it's ever going to get ported to the Switch or not, but obviously I did not have it. The back and the artwork has some damage on it, but otherwise it's a complete case. It's got the manual with it. The disc is in pretty good shape, yep. So it's not perfect, but it's complete. And it was 25 bucks, which is not terrible for a first-party Wii U exclusive from Nintendo. So another heavy hitter to add to the Wii U collection. I'm starting to build up a little bit of a Wii U collection. And whenever I see games like this that I can add to my collection, I will do so. So not a bad haul for today. We got a Switch game, a Wii U game, and an Xbox One game. Tomorrow, I've got another package coming with a PS3 game in it. So we'll take a look at that when it comes in. Hey everybody, Editor Chris here. So while editing this episode, I noticed that there was a clip that I thought I filmed already that apparently I didn't. And without it, something doesn't make sense up ahead. So I figure I'll go ahead and explain this. So in the last episode, you saw me pick up Labyrinth of Yomi, I believe is the subtitle of it. Undernauts, that's the game. And I ordered it from GameStop, and my original order, the game was delayed, and I never saw it get shipped or anything. It just was eternally pending at UPS. So I contacted GameStop's customer support and asked them about it, and they said, oh, we're sorry about that, we'll ship out another one. So they canceled the previous order and shipped out a replacement, and I got that in the last episode. Well, apparently my original order was still coming, and I actually received it a few weeks later. So what I did with it is I ended up going to GameStop and returning that copy and got credit back. So essentially I got it for free, but also I got some other stuff. So that's what's going on here. All right, I'm back at GameStop because I want to return this game that I got a double of. And I'm gonna see if I can find stuff I can spend that credit on in store rather than just getting the money back. So let's take a look, see what we can find. All right, so I think that was a pretty big success. So again, I know I already said it in a previous clip, but let me remind you, I returned a game that was a double. I already got it because apparently even though the original shipment said it was lost, it still came in of Undernauts. So I already have that game, but I got a second copy and I figured, well, rather than hold on to it, I should return it and get the money back. But I decided since I was at GameStop, rather than just getting the funds, let's take a look around and see if there's anything worth picking up. Especially because I hadn't looked at their PS3 and Xbox 360 lot of games, because they, again, like the Wii U, they had a bundle of them behind the counter. You have to kind of ask for it. And I also looked at the Wii U again, and I found 2 retro games, as well as a PS4 game that I believe has some pretty good value that is able to score. So I picked up 3 games, and I put $5 down on Elden Ring. This comes out at the end of the month, and paid a grand total of 3 cents out of pocket because I had 2 $5 rewards that I need to use in addition to the return credit. So pretty happy with all that, and I think I got some bangers. So the first pickup is Pikmin 3 on the Wii U. I've never played a Pikmin game. I've heard this one's really good, and it's in immaculate condition. It is Nintendo Selects, but when you look at the quality of this, like, it looks basically brand new. The disc is there, it's got the manual, everything's here. It was 20 bucks, so I figured, you know what, might as well grab it, check it out. It was definitely one of the more affordable and better condition Wii U games they had, so I figured, you know what, let's go ahead and grab it. Then on the PS3, I snagged a game I've been looking to snag for a while. Couldn't find it until now, but I'm pretty excited to add it to the collection. We have Lord of the Rings Conquest on the PS3. This is a action-adventure Lord of the Rings game made by Pandemic, the team who made the Mercenaries games and Star Wars Battlefront, the original ones. So pretty stoked for this. It looks good. I've heard good things about it. And again, this is a game that has a pretty good amount of value. So I only got it for 14 bucks on a PS3, and it's complete and pretty solid cheap. The disc is a little smudgy, but again, I just need to wipe it down and it'll be fine. And then this is the one that I'm pretty sure was the biggest score out of all of them, because again, I've tried to find the games in this spin-off series, and they're always extremely expensive. This one was in Gamestop. It was $22, which is kind of a weird price, but I snagged it because, again, I don't think this is a game I'm going to find again anytime soon. We have Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight on the PS4. This is a rhythm game spin-off of Persona 3. They also have ones for Persona 4 and Persona 5. It is VR compatible. I don't have PSVR currently, but you can play it without the PSVR. It looks fun. I'm excited to try it out. I mean, I love the Persona series, especially 5, so I think it'll be fun to check this one out on the PS4. And again, I'm pretty sure this game has some solid value. Obviously, we'll know that when I go over the final recap for the week, but I think this was a solid pickup. So 3 pretty solid games. One on the PS4, one on the PS3, and one on the Wii U. And I pre-ordered Elden Ring, all for 3 cents, essentially. Can't complain there. Alright, we made it to the final package of my GameStop order. It has just arrived. So hopefully this one will be complete. It is another PS3 game. The last one I got was not complete. It just had a generic case. This feels more authentic. But the last one had the right case. It just wasn't the right artwork. So let's see if this one is complete. It is complete. Some damage on the case. Well, not quite complete. There's no manual, but it has the artwork, and that's probably the most important part. Ratchet & Clank feature A Crack in Time on the PS3. Again, I need another filler game to fill out in order, and I figured since I was getting the first one in the Ratchet & Clank feature series, might as well get the second one, so here's the sequel. It does not have a manual, as you can see, but has the artwork. It's in an authentic PS3 case. The disc is in good shape. Solid addition to the collection. So there we go. Nice. Overall, pretty good results for my GameStop orders. I think I only got one game, just one game that was not in a original case, at least, or didn't have the artwork, but everything else was pretty close to complete. So pretty happy with that. I might do a little more game hunting over the weekend. So if I do, we'll go to that next, and if I don't, then we'll go to the recap where I go over everything that I picked up over this week. It's a windy and gloomy day here in Florida, and kind of cold, but it's not cold enough to not do game hunting. Head to Value Pawn, see if there's anything good. Wah, wah. Once again, nothing worth picking up. They did have a few new games in there, but most of them were older titles that just weren't worth the value. And nothing I needed, so oh well, maybe next week. Will we continue to strike out on this game hunting trip? Let's head into Cash America and see if there's anything worth picking up. Okay, we got some games. So as you saw, I found 2 games in the normal case, and they actually had an additional one in their locked up case that I also picked up, and I'll show you that at the end. So we start off with Raving Rabbit's Travel in Time for the Wii. I believe this is the final Rabbids game, so that way I have all of them. The disc is a little scratched, so I'm going to have to resurface it, but, I figured I might as well. The first 2 games were $3, by the way, so they're fairly cheap. And as you can see, there's a blue case in the back, because I found a Wii U game that I was interested in keeping, and that was Star Fox Guard on the Wii U. Another game I don't know much about it. I think it's kind of like you control cameras using the gamepad. It looks interesting. Figured might as well grab it. Again, it's a Wii U game I don't have, so $3, sure. And then this one, a little bit of a gamble. I don't think it's much of a gamble because this game holds its value. And I figure I'm going to hold on to it until there's a trade value or a trade bump, and then I'll flip it for a decent profit. Minecraft on the Switch. Paid $10 for this, so I paid up for it, but right now it trades in for 11 at GameStop. I could get 13 immediately, but if I save it, I could get 16, so I figure I'll probably hold on to it till the next trade-in boost at GameStop. But yeah, this is a game that holds its value, so I think it was worth picking up for $10. So yeah, 3 new games to add, 2 to add to the collection, 1 that I'm going to flip probably in the future. Not too bad. Last stop of this game hunting trip is Value Pawn. Usually I strike out here, but maybe this time will be different. Let's see what we got. Yeah, nothing in there today. They did have some new loose Switch games, including both Pokemon Sword and Shield, but they wanted $35 for each loose. So that's a hell no. They also had Family Game Night on Switch, which I would have considered for like 10, but they wanted 20. This price is just too high in there, man. Like, it's becoming harder and harder to find anything worth grabbing in that shop just because they individually price everything and the prices are just too high. So the Call of Duty that I looked at a few weeks ago was still there, by the way. So if a trade-in deal comes along and that's still priced well, I might grab it. That one's not worth picking up now just because 25. I don't think anyone's going to pick it up unless something like a trade-in value comes in or someone just generally wants to play it. So, yep, nothing for me today, but that's okay. I did come away with 3 games from Cash America. All right, well, let's check out La Familia. It's been a little bit since I've been there. And who knows, maybe we'll find something decent. Let's go. So it's funny, I went in there, I didn't even film an intro because I figured I wouldn't find anything, but I figured, you know, might as well look just to see. And they had some complete in-box Wii games. Originally priced at $5 each, I was able to get them down to about $4.25 each, which is pretty good, honestly. Or $4.24, I guess, technically. But yeah, not too shabby. Pretty happy with these pickups. One of them in particular I'm pretty excited about, but they're all complete in box and they're all in pretty solid shape. So I figured, you know what, for $4, might as well. First we have MySims Kingdom on the Wii. Looks like a fun little kind of arcadey game. I don't know how good it is, but for $4, might as well give it a shot. This one you'll recognize, X-Men Destiny, this time on the Wii. The only reason why I picked this up is because A, it was complete in box, and B, I don't know, it could be fun on the Wii. I'm probably going to play it first on PS3 because I feel that's going to be the better version, but I have a complete in box copy on the Wii. Worst comes to worst, I'll try to flip this online maybe. But yeah, I figured, you know, for $4, it was probably worth grabbing. And then this was the one that I was excited about because I know this is a good franchise and it was complete in box and probably a solid pickup. We have Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World on the Wii. This is a RPG. Apparently it's a 4-player co-op RPG. Obviously Tales of Symphonia is a big game on the GameCube. I believe this is a sequel or a spin-off of some kind. But I figured for $4, absolutely worth grabbing a good quality Wii game. So yeah, 3 Wii games, $4 each. I think I did pretty well. I was going to go home, but I think I'm going to stop at Simple Pond, even though I don't think they're going to have anything. But you never know. I didn't expect to find anything at La Familia, and I did. So let's head over to Simple Pond. We'll do one last stop, see if we can come away with some last goods. Okay, actual last stop of the week, Simple Pond. They didn't have anything last time, and I mean literally nothing. So let's see if that's changed. Let's head in there. Yep, last stop, swing and a miss. The only 2 things I was interested in were they still had that Move controller. I forgot how much they were asking for. They asked for $25, which is way too high. They're usually pretty good about working with me, but I don't know if they'd go down. I'd be looking at like 10. That's really what I'm looking for that, but I don't think they'd go down that low. And then the other interesting thing was there was a Switch in there. There was just the system. There was no Joy-Cons for $70, but that thing was trashed. The screen was all messed up. There was no kickstand. It did have a game in it, but it was NBA 2K18. So clearly whoever had that Switch took very poor care of it. And I don't even think they're going to get 70 for it. They asked for 70. Like, that thing is just so damaged that I don't, like, it's basically good for parts. I thought about trying to salvage it. Like, if it was in decent shape, 70 might be worth it. Because then all you got to do is find some cheaper Joy-Cons and you've got yourself a complete Switch. But as it is, I just can't justify it. So we did okay. We came away with 6 games, a bunch for the Wii, 1 for the Wii U, and 1 for the Switch that I'm gonna flip. Overall, not a terrible run today. So let's head home and I'll do a recap of everything that I picked up over the past week. All right, it is time to wrap up for the week. We did pretty well. For a week that I wasn't expecting to pick up much, we got some pretty decent stacks of games, a lot of Nintendo, which is pretty rare for me. Usually I focus more on Xbox and sometimes PlayStation. A lot of Nintendo stuff this week, which is kind of cool. So it's always good to pad out collections for systems that I don't have a ton of games on. And this week we definitely padded out the Wii U and the Wii. So that's pretty nice. We're going to start off with the pickups from Gamestop. We picked up some pretty decent ones. These were all my Gamestop.com pickups. Of course, we also went in store and found a bundle as well, but we'll get to those in a sec. So we're going to start off with our Gamestop.com pickups with the most modern game that we have from the entire lot, and that is AKIBA'S Trip on the Switch. I got the 10th anniversary edition. I left the box out in the living room, but here's the actual case. Looks interesting. I think it'll be a fun game to check out. It's a JRPG, I believe, so definitely worth picking up. I paid $30 for that because it was on sale, and it's worth $44, so solid value there. Next up, we have VALKYRIA Revolution on the Xbox One. This was a pickup because I needed to fill out an order, and I think it was a pretty solid pick. Paid $7 for this, worth $10, so another decent pickup. Now we're going into the more retro systems. We're going to start off with Ratchet & Clank Future Tools of Destruction on the PS3. Still bummed that it's a PS3 case, but no manual, and then really bad cover art. I mean, it's better than a sleeve, I guess, but, you know, it could have been better, obviously. This is I paid $10 for this. It's worth $16, so another one that has some pretty solid value. In a similar vein, we have Ratchet & Clank Future A Crack in Time on the PS3. This is the sequel to Tools of Destruction. I like the Ratchet & Clank games, and now I have 2 of them on PS3, so I'm excited to check those out. This one I paid $10, it's worth $16. Both of those are worth about the same. I think Tools of Destruction is worth slightly less. And then, the big game of the GameStop.com pickup, at least based on what I figured. XENOBLADE Chronicles X on the Wii U. This is a game that I've not seen in stock on GameStop's website before. So of course, since it was in stock, figured I'd grab it. It is a Wii U exclusive that has not been ported over to the Switch. Who knows if it's gonna be, but I figured I'd pick it up. Always good to add games like this to the collection. I paid $25 for this. It's worth $35, so another solid bump up in value there. Now we're gonna go to GameStop in-store, and I picked up 3 games, all of which I picked up with credit, I believe. No, it was a return. So all of these I picked up because I was shipped a second copy of Undernauts. So because I got a second copy of Undernauts, I could return 1 copy, and in hindsight, I probably should have just got the money back. But I figured, you know what, might as well look around the store, see if there's anything worth picking up. Turns out there was, and I was able to score all 3 of these, plus a pre-order of Elden Ring on the Series X for a grand total of 3 cents out of pocket. Pretty happy with that. So we're gonna start off with Lord of the Rings Conquest on the PS3. This is a game I've been meaning to pick up for a while. Looks fun. I know it was like a multiplayer game mostly, which obviously you can't play the multiplayer anymore because the servers are shut down, but it's a co-op game. You can still play it. It looks fun. Paid $15 for this, and it is worth... Actually, no, I didn't pay $15. I paid nothing because this was free. It's worth $13. So a little bit lower value than what GameStop was asking for. Next up, we have Persona 3 Dancing in the Moonlight, or in Moonlight, on the PS4. Another game you don't see very often in a GameStop, and I've been meaning to try to pick up the Persona dancing game, so I'm glad I was able to scoop one up while my GameStop had it in stock. Paid nothing for this, and it is worth $20, so this one actually is pretty good value. And then last, to further pad the Wii U collection, a absolutely beautiful copy of Pikmin 3, the Nintendo Selects version on the Wii U. Like, just look at this condition. It looks brand new. Doesn't smell brand new, but everything is here. The disc is flawless. I feel like someone bought this, never played it, and then traded it into GameStop. Good for me, and hopefully I'll actually check this out because I've never played a Pikmin game, so I figured we'll start with this one on the Wii U. This was free as well because of the return, and it is worth $15, so this one has some decent value as well. Now we're going to go to our pawn shop pickups, and surprisingly, I did better than I thought I was going to. Mostly because the pawns have been very dry lately. If you've seen the last few episodes, you know that very few of the pawn shops have anything worth picking up. Cash America is usually the one I'll find something worth picking up in, and I did find a couple things this time, but most of the other pawn shops, they just don't have anything good, or everything's overpriced. So I'm glad I was able to come away with some decent scores from Cash America and from La Familia of all places. So we'll start with Cash America. We picked up Raving Rabbids Travel in Time on the Wii. Another Rabbids game I don't have. So now I have most of the Raving Rabbids series on the Wii. I don't know why I'm collecting them all, but as well, I guess. I paid $3 for this out of pocket, and it's worth $5, so not a huge bump, but that's okay. Then we got Star Fox Guard on the Wii U, another Wii U game to add to the collection. Can't go wrong with that. Always happy to add more Wii U stuff. I know this isn't a super valuable game, but I don't have many Wii U games, so it's good to add it. Paid $3 for this, it is worth $6. And then the big flipper, and I'm unsure when I'm gonna flip this. I'm definitely going to flip it. Question is, how long do I wait? Well, we got Minecraft on the Switch. It is complete. I paid $10 out of pocket for this. The main reason why I did is, for a game like Minecraft, 10 is not terrible. Right off the bat, I can trade it in for more than that. So I think right now I can get 13 or 14. I'm probably going to try to hold off a little bit longer and see if GameStop will do a trade-in promo. Then I can get like 15 or 16. But I figured for $10 for a copy of Minecraft, when I can get some easy money out of it, I might as well grab it. Paid 10, and it's actually worth 23 if I just sold it. It's probably not worth selling, honestly. I doubt I'm gonna make that much, but we'll see. But yeah, figure it's pretty easy flip. And then La Familia, of all places, that pawn shop and I have an interesting history, because for a while I thought they were really good because they typically do work with me. But then the more that I dug into it, the more I realized that first of all, their prices are typically not great. And second of all, the most they'll do is knock like 10% off, which is not amazing, especially because again, I can go to Cash America and pick up games almost flat rated for $3 or $5. So it's not terrific to get only 10% off, but I found a little stack of Wii games that apparently were just acquired by La Familia. And I figured I'd dig through them and found 3 that were worth picking up. There was a 4th one that I considered, but it was very scratched and it didn't have the manual, so I left that one behind. But I picked up these 3 and I think they were good additions to the collection. So first we have X-Men Destiny on the Wii, and yes, I know I already have this game on the PS3, but this is a complete copy, and I might as well. Worst comes to worst, I'll flip it, but I figure it's worth picking up for a complete copy of a game you cannot buy online. I paid $4 for this. It was like $4.24, but I'm just gonna round down to 4. So $4 for this, and it is worth $6. Next we have MYSIMS Kingdom on the Wii. Another one that looks kind of interesting. Looks like kind of a kiddie RPG. Should be fun. I'll definitely check it out. Always nice to add decent quality Wii games to my collection. And once again, it is complete. The disc is in good shape, so figured mine as well. Paid $4 for this, and it is worth $7. And then this was the one I was honestly the most excited about, and it's the one that's actually in the best shape of the 3 of them, which is great. We have Tales of Symphonia, Dawn of the New World on the Wii. So this was the main one I was excited about. The other 2 I mostly grabbed because they're decent, and I figured it was worth grabbing a bundle so I can try to work a deal. A little bit at least. But this was the main one I wanted. $4 for this. It is worth $12, so this one actually has some decent value. So overall, we had a pretty good week. I got a nice stack of games, a lot of Wii, a lot of Wii U, which is pretty uncommon. You don't see a ton of those systems there very often these days, but it's nice when you can get them. And I figured since I'm currently trying to get more games on the Wii U and PS3 and these older systems, whenever I can find them, I better snag them. And I mean, we picked out 3 really good PS3 games, 3 good Wii U games. I'm pretty happy. And of course, we got some more modern stuff as well. But yeah, it's always a good time when you can find some really quality stuff for decent prices, whether it's online or in stores. So anyway, that is going to do it for this episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell. That way you know when new videos drop. Be sure to check it out. I've got some gameplay series going on, as well as Bargain Game Hunter, and maybe some other spin-off stuff here and there. So take a look, see what you'd like. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next episode of the Bargain Game Hunter.